Hey, folks, welcome to the Smack Drop Podcast, your one stop shop for all your WWE, AEW recaps, reviews, pay per view predictions. Like always, it's Kyle here, joined by Colin and Kevin. What's going on, you guys?
Hey guys, how's everyone?
What
D-
up?
Doing good, doing good. Very happy that Colin is spelled with a C. But let's go ahead and knock right into what our show is about. Um, We are a podcast. We like to recap and talk about wrestling shows. Today we're going to be talking about Raw. If you guys are new to the show, thank you guys for listening in. You can find us on Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, I don't know, Google Play, and iTunes. We're on YouTube as well. Um, Make sure to go over there, hit like and subscribe. We just got over our 50 subscriber mark, now on to 100. Keep
Woohoo!
Yeah, exactly right. Keep an eye out for our very long-winded recap of Clash of Champions, starring Mr. Colin, who's on tonight's show, who's probably very tired. Uh, oh,
Extremely, yeah, extremely tired after that show last night, but hanging on in there, guys.
yeah, along with resident bad boy Benji and newcomer Vince. Make sure to keep an eye out for that. Of course, the uncut version is available in the audio realm, so if you can't wait for the YouTube version, you can hop on any of those podcast services I just mentioned and find it there. Today we are going to be talking about Raw, but before we get into that, just to let you guys know that we like to talk wrestling with each other, but we would also like to talk it with you. So please feel free to hit us up on Twitter. You can reach the show at the Smack Draw Pod, myself at the Kai Tai Show. Kevin, you can reach him at Kevin Crazy 316, and that is crazy with a K. And Colin, of course, at Wrestling Chump, because he is a wrestling chump. Um, Boys, we're here to talk about Raw, man. Okay, enough of the theatrics, man. What'd y'all think of the show?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved the show. Loads of talking points. But yeah, spot on for me. Well up there. One of the better Raws of the year so far, in my opinion, and sets us up nicely going into the back end of the year and into Mania season soon
Yes.
enough.
Yeah, I would agree. Top to bottom, it was really good. Definitely one of the better Raws of the last, I would say, month or so for sure.
Yeah, it was. It started to feel a bit long in the last half hour of the show, but to be fair, to have 2.5 hours keep me glued to the edge of my seat, you really can't complain about that. We saw tonight was what we saw a couple returns, a lot of story progression. We have, of course, the culmination of the King of the Ring tournament. We had a surprise gender reveal party that was dropped on us. I can't wait to get into that, by the way. Um, and oh boy, and a lot of Firefly Funhouse. Now here's the troubling question: was there too much Firefly Funhouse tonight?
I thought it was too much.
Just a
I, I
tad bit heavy.
No, I don't know. Is it just that we're not used to seeing Bray and the Fiend as much, or we're used to seeing them every couple of weeks? But yeah, there seemed to be a lot there. Considering that we're used to them using Bray and the Fiend a bit more sparsely. But yeah, like Bray is like, can you have too much Bray? Can you have
I
too much the
don't.
Fiend? I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. Some people are gonna love that. For me, there was a little bit too much. I would have liked to see him at the start and the end, and that was it. But there was a lot in the middle as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot, but I was okay with it. I thought that, it progressed the story a little bit better for me. Honestly, like, obviously between him and Rollins and stuff like that. But hey, as far as I'm concerned, bring him on. I love it. It's some of the best stuff that's on Raw right now.
Yeah, and I guess it did fit the theme of the show because he was the looming presence, and they probably wanted to give us a little extra of him to make up for him not attacking either Stone Cold or The Undertaker, and that's all the internet could
Yeah.
talk about last week was who's he gonna get, and the fact that he was absent from both of those shows. They probably were just trying to do a little bit of fan service, give him some extra, because we heard just the Firefly Funhouse theme music. I think it came on like 4 or 5 times throughout the night. Granted, some of the segments were full on segments, some of them were dueling promos, other ones were just like one liners. Um, and then another one was literally just the theme song.
Yep.
But yeah. It was, like I said, this ain't gonna be a problem with me. If this is like an overarching thing, we're gonna get 4 or 5 segments every Raw going into Hell in the Cell. This is gonna be, that's gonna draw the ire of some people. But hey, man, we're clutching at straws here right now. Bray Wyatt and the Fiend is the best thing going, arguably in wrestling right now. So yeah, no complaints quite
Yeah.
just yet. Um, but so the show kicked off from Knoxville, Tennessee. Seth Rollins comes out to recap his night at Clash of Champions. Seth Rollins went 50-50 at the pay-per-view, losing his Raw Tag Team titles. However, defending successfully his Universal Championship against Braun Strowman. I think the overall thing here was Strowman did not go heel, and you could kind of tell because Seth Rollins spent an extra long time putting Strowman over. Um, really
Hang on a
talking.
second, Kyle. We need to do this man justice. This is
Okay.
our Universal Champion, the man. And I know people are gonna hate me for this, but we opened the show with the Beast Slayer,
The
the
beast,
monster, the
the
Monster
monster.
Slayer,
I
the
forgot to put that in my notes that we couldn't get 10 seconds in the show without a cringy Michael Cole line. I'm sorry. You might like it, Colin, but I was like, oh, God, can we please not do that? Please. Michael Cole, I can't wait for you
yes.
to go to SmackDown. But Colin,
Yeah,
you're a fan. You're a fan.
yeah. Oh, I'm a huge Rollins fan. I can't get enough of him. I know there's a lot of people out there, and I was saying last night in the show as well, especially at the pay-per-view, there's some very audible boos. But for me, Rollins is the man, inside, outside the ring. He looks like such a genuine character, a locker room leader, and he can deal with it in the ring. And people are probably saying, "Oh well, you're shoving him down our throats like you did with Roman," but
No,
no,
it ain't
keep
near
giving
the
me
level of
Rollins.
Roman. He doesn't draw the ire of Roman. Like Roman almost was
I
unanimously booed, where Seth Rollins is more polarizing.
Yeah,
It's
for the
Yeah.
moment, but I think it's slowly turning that way. I think it is going that way. There are a lot more boos now than there were at Mania season and before. So a lot of fans are starting to turn against Rollins.
yeah,
But for me, no, I can't get enough of him. Rollins is the man. Keep
yeah,
it coming.
yeah. No, I agree with you, man. I got no issue with Rollins right now. I don't think I mean, it was announced, and if you can't tell by the opening graphic on the show, it was announced Seth Rollins versus the Fiend for the Hell in the Cell pay per view inside Hell in a Cell. Boy, Seth has
Yeah.
got to lose that belt, man.
Oh yeah.
That belt is going. I
He's
don't know. I don't know. You're gonna book yourself into a corner when you give it to the Fiend, though. The
Yeah, we
that's
discussed that in
true.
length last night as well. Yeah, you put that belt onto the Fiend, and where do you go? He can't lose. Like
right.
he's gonna have a really long run, and then the other side of it is he gonna have that kind of Brock Lesnar type run? Now after tonight, I'd be less skeptical about that because we did see a lot of him tonight, and I'm presuming that we're gonna see him every week from here on out. So that kind of stuff has been put to bed for me. I was afraid that we were gonna see him once a month, once every few weeks kind of thing, and he wasn't gonna be our champion on the TV show, and we are gonna be back to the Lesnar days.
Yeah.
But that's kind of been put to bed for me tonight. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think they will book themselves into a corner because where do you go from there? The Fiend can't lose, so he's gonna have
Um.
a year long title reign possibly.
No, I'm gonna do an early prediction. Take my prediction with a grain of salt because apparently I'm learning I am terrible at predictions. But they're probably gonna pussy out and put the Fiend in a multi-man match, so he doesn't have to eat a pin. And that's probably
Yeah.
how they'll get the belt off him and keep him strong is because they'll probably I think they'll just do a multi-man thing.
Yeah,
I was
that's a
actually
very
thinking
an
the same
easy
thing.
out.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, I mean, the opening segment was a dueling promo style, even though there was no direct back and forth. As Seth was finishing up putting over Braun Strowman, he went on to how he got jumped by the Fiend at Clash. Then we got our first Firefly Funhouse segment. Um, and it's pretty much Braun going in and out of that heel face character or hurt heel persona rather. Um, and then culminates with him threatening a potential Fiend appearance later in the night. So he did leave that opening thing. When might the Fiend might strike? It's presumed he's going to strike Seth, but you never really know. And that was kind of it.
Very good booking, I think, by WWE. I'm not sure if you guys saw the right, but was it last week or the week before they did like a 2.1, which was like the second lowest in modern
Oh
history
yeah, I
for
haven't
Raw.
paid attention to that in a while, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I only saw it on Twitter. Like I don't usually pay attention to the ratings, but I did see that someone had tweeted that it was the second lowest in modern WWE. And obviously by them dropping this line, I think he said he might have more to say to Seth later on tonight. So that obviously keeps people glued, and I think that going back to the Firefly Funhouse segments, I think that's why we had so many of them as well,
Well, that's
because
how
it
you keep people. Yeah,
keeps
it's how
people
you keep people around for that third hour.
yeah.
For sure.
Is like, oh man, the Fiend might show up. Um,
Yeah.
so they go from that to Strowman backstage. Like Strowman, how you gonna bounce back after losing both the Raw Tag Team Championships and losing your match for Universal Championships? Braun Strowman's just back to. I'm just gonna beat the piss out of everybody. I'm pissed. He's like, the next person in the ring is gonna get these hands. Like it to me it was a
Pretty
throw.
much.
I was so caught off guard because I thought it was a throwaway line. We cut to commercial. We get our tag team summit, and you get the Rudolph team, Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, and the Revival, and they got the said hands apparently. Like now I only saw the opening part of the beatdown. I was actually driving. I hate to admit that I was watching Raw while driving, but was there anything else to the segment, or what did Braun just run wild over both tag
Yeah.
team champs?
Pretty much
Yeah.
Braun just came down and just ran through both sets of champs. For me, I didn't like that.
No.
Um, no, like it's
Yeah, because it
the
just shows
two best.
Braun could be tag team champ by himself again.
Exactly, it's the two best teams that we have in the WWE, and he's just after running over both teams. It's like why didn't he beat them last night then?
Well,
Like I know Seth ate the pin or whatever, but
I
like
think
it's like
Braun Strowman's power ranking depends on his despair. Because if he's in a good spot, it seems like he gets beat quite easily. But if he's pissed off and needs to prove a point, then he can just tear through anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
yeah.
I guess
The one
it's like if you want Strowman to win the belt, like someone's just got to slap his mother before the match, and then he's just guaranteed, bam, champion right there.
The one thing to know from the segment as well. Now I did say he beat down both teams. He didn't beat down Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode, got out of dodge. Really quickly got out to the outside of the ring. When Braun went to the outside of the ring, Roode done a Bailey and he ran up to that stage.
Yeah.
Which I think was good as well because Roode has a match later on in the night. So, we
Self
got that earlier.
preservation.
Yeah, that's it. Get out of there so he can come back out later on. But yeah, Roode done a good Bailey, and I think that could be a good meme as well because Roode is hightailing it up that ramp there.
Oh man. Following the segment, we got the OC match taking on the Viking Raiders and Cedric Alexander. If you're watching the YouTube, I got the GIF going right now of, is it Ivar, the high flyer of the group, hitting that senton from the top rope to the outside and just
Man,
splatting off the
there
ground?
was no one there.
Oh
There
my
was no one there to
god.
catch him. I saw it and I was like, oh my
Dude,
God.
that hurt my
Yeah,
back, man.
Yeah.
they were scared. They were
I
scared
would
to
be
catch him.
terrified.
Well, I'm yeah. I couldn't
Oh
believe
my
he could even
god.
do that, man. That guy's huge.
You guys are gonna have to go back timestamp 15 minutes into the show because I have the GIF playing right now, and it's just it's so brutal. Oh my gosh. This match was thrown together to further a lot of story, man. Not often a six-man tag match can actually like forward multiple stories, but you have the story of honestly up until later in the night what I was putting as the next best thing for our tag team division, um, the Viking Raiders, and furthering their feud with the OC, where they both got themselves double DQ'd during that with the tag team turmoil gauntlet match,
Yeah,
whatever.
Yep.
yeah.
And then, of
Hmm.
course, you have Cedric furthering his feud with AJ Styles. So it did, like, what, usually is a throwaway match actually served a purpose.
Yeah, they're really slow
Yeah.
building the tags as well. Like they're not throwing it at us immediately. Hopefully it's leading to a big tag match or a big tag rivalry between these two,
I
or
would rather
maybe
just see
maybe
just
even more.
just a tag team resurgence. Get like
Yeah.
3 or 4 tag teams that become focal points of every show week in week out. Everyone always goes back to the Hardys, Edge and Christian, and the Dudley Boys. They were never main eventing the shows, but they always were a highlight of every
Yep.
week, at least a segment, with the Hardys captivating like the young crowd and the women, Edge and Christian proving like working awesome heels and comedy, and then the Dudley Boys just being brutal, being the Dudley Boys. They always stuck out week in and week out. And if we can do that with the OC, Viking Raiders, a tag team that was revealed later in the night, and then I don't know, man, another tag team like maybe the Usos and the New Day. Bam, you got 5 tag teams right there that week in and week out.
Rudolph,
Rudolph, I don't know,
the
man. I
revival.
don't. Oh,
Rudolph.
the
Yeah,
revival,
we're
yes. The revival, yes. But Rudolph,
we're
I
getting
don't
Yeah.
know.
yeah. Rudolph might
Rudolph is
go
losing those
go.
belts, bro. They're losing those
Yeah,
Oh,
belts
yeah.
in a
they
hurry.
should
But
have
yeah,
never had him in the first place.
Yeah,
we're definitely seeing a resurgence in anyway, and that's
I
that's obviously
hope
to
so,
compete with the
man.
AEW tag division because they're pushing that hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're definitely seeing a resurgence or an attempted resurgence in the tag team division. WWE are obviously aware of it and are trying to give it back to us, and hopefully it pans out. But good times ahead by the looks of things with these tag teams coming in and very hot on the one that was revealed later on. No spoilers at the moment, but
yeah.
yeah, the one that was revealed later on is that's a big
Oh
Yeah.
one.
boy,
I
that's a big
like
one. Um,
Very exciting.
the match ended with the who was it that got the pin here? I know the OC won. They got a win over what Cedric, right? Cedric got pinned by I think like by AJ, right?
Yeah, was it when Cedric went for
Yeah.
the Hurricane Rana from the top?
No, that was in the
Or
post match.
was that? Or was that after?
That
Was
was
it?
in the
Yeah.
post match. Um, I want to say because like, at this point I'm still driving. Like I'm still driving, so that's why I don't have it.
Oh, it was the phenomenal forearm. Sorry, it
Yep.
was
Yep.
AJ with the phenomenal forearm. That's what it
Yeah,
was. He's been hitting them super aggressive lately as well. The one last night it nearly took Cedric out of his shoes. It was that stiff. Yeah, the phenomenal forearm turned Cedric inside out here for the
Yeah.
win.
yeah,
But then we get the standards, the
yeah.
beat down again, and
The
and poor Cedric getting his ass handed to
oh my
him.
god, yes, Cedric
Yeah.
trying to
That
get that
was.
top rope hurricanrana and then got it countered into an avalanche Styles clash. Boy, yeah, there's no denying Styles, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Styles ain't going nowhere. What, Kev? What's your opinion on Styles? By the way, man, is he? Where's he stand in the lineup for you? Right?
Oh, I think he's great, man. I mean, not only is his in-ring stuff awesome, but the heel turn that he had recently, oh, I loved it. I loved it. I thought his character was so stale as a face, but yeah, I mean, he's killing it in the ring. I mean, Colin mentioned the phenomenal forearm from last night. I mean, how about the one from tonight? It was just as good, like just and like you were saying, like the Hurricane Rana turned into the Styles Clash. It's insane. This
Yeah,
dude's
this dude,
insane.
he is gonna go down as an all-time great. Absolutely, and a
Easily.
journeyman. I think it's
Yep.
so great that after such a long career, because every now and then you get a guy who's had a long career, he comes into the WWE and they give him a belt, what kind of like just feels like a showpiece prize. But AJ, even after having a career that spanned almost 2 decades, gets into the WWE and has not one but two lengthy world title reigns.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he's gonna go
Yeah, man.
down as one of the best SmackDown champions easily.
Easily.
He's earned
Yeah.
every bit of those titles, and he's still doing it every night. AJ for me, at the moment in the world, is definitely
He
top
makes you
five,
feel
easy.
he makes you feel like he elevates the belts. Like whatever gold he's touching, he elevates it. He's got like a Daniel Bryan effect, where
Absolutely, I think he's doing it. He's doing it with the US title, and he's done it before with the
Yep.
US title. He
yeah.
makes it feel like
Hmm.
it's huge. He makes it feel like it has value, and that's something that we've been lacking as
What do you?
well over the last year.
I mean, do we
With
dare say right now that the U.S. title feels arguably more important than the Intercontinental Championship?
100% right now.
Oh
That's
yeah, I would
that's
I would
exactly
I
Yeah,
the
would agree
case.
too.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. What world do you live in where the U.S. title is right now bigger and more important than the Intercontinental? You know, tell you right now, the Intercontinental Championship would be a hell of a lot bigger if goddamn Miz was able to get hold of it last night. But I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, Miz should have won, but anyways. Speaking of should have won, all right, let's talk about the King of the Ring.
Oh no.
Oh my God, thank God Rob's not here, but I got to deal with it tomorrow. You guys be thankful y'all ain't gonna be on tomorrow's show. Although I think
I'm
Kevin, you are right.
no, I'm on
No,
Wednesday.
it's just me, Seb, and Rob tomorrow. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, you lucked out, man.
I did. I really did.
After a great match, after a great tournament, it culminates. Our King of the Ring 2019 champion is Baron Corbin. Oh God,
boo.
Jesus
Boo,
Christ.
boo, boo.
Oh man, it's not all bad. Who was it? Sean Ross or who said it on Twitter tonight? Had that wonderful tweet that Baron Corbin better not be booked as a coward from here on out because he was booked
Yeah,
strong.
Sean. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's
Yeah,
been booked super strong over the last month. Props to the two of them. Gable and Corbin in this tournament have like Corbin for me. I never liked Corbin, and in this tournament he has turned my head, and I'm recognizing how good he is in the ring, and Gable as well. But Gable has come along a long way in this tournament, and the two of them have definitely upped their game and have definitely put themselves up the ladder a bit more in WWE. Props to the two guys.
and you'd have to say that Corbin's arguably had the two best matches of his WWE career, both during the King of the Ring tournament. Shows that if you
Yeah.
give him a good dance partner and you give him enough time in the ring, the he's got stuff to offer in ring wise. He does. Um, Boy, that finish though, man, that finish, god dang, man. Uh, the story. It's gonna be hard to do this match justice, but Corbin had 80% of the offense, and it allowed for Gable to get this babyface comeback resurgence in the end of the match, and dude, the crowd were eating it. By the time the ending came, the crowd were frothing at the mouth for Gable to win and become the king of the ring. He hit the angle spot, which I've always referred to that ankle lock where the guy is crawling to the ropes, and just as he's about to get to the ropes, he pulls him back to the center, and then he locks him down with his legs, and he's just hanging on that ankle like a pit bull. That's
Yeah, how
usually it,
that
man.
that was out. That should have been over.
I
Oh
thought
And I
it
my
was
think
over.
God, dude. Dude, the crowd was
Yeah.
at a fever pitch. Like they were, dude, the crowd
hmm
was nuts for it. But
Yeah.
the commentary team as well were excellent here.
yeah, they
They
were.
they were even screaming. I think it was Renee saying, "Oh, it's over. I knew King of the Ring, Chad Gable. This is over. He has to tap." And then he gets
Yeah.
to the rope. Like, yeah, the commentary team was excellent, but yeah, everyone was frothing at the mouth for this. Yeah, it was such a roller coaster, up and down, up and down. Gable
Yeah.
looks like he's beat, then it looks like Corbin's beat, and they're back and forward. And yeah, this had match of the night written all over it here for me.
It really did.
Absolutely.
It ended with uh, the tilt-a-whirl spot that Chad Gable and actually Baron Corbin have gone through before in the Dusty Rhodes Classic, but luckily WWE and NXT they don't acknowledge it. So for most people, this will be the first time they've seen it. Um, where Chad Gable goes for like almost like a tilt-a-whirl hurricanrana, but it gets flowed straight into the end of days. It's a really awesome spot. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, no one can sell an end of days like Chad Gable can. Probably Rey Mysterio. Probably Rey can too, but yeah, Corbin just inches out the win. It's clean. There's no dirty underhanded tactics. He got the clean victory. He is your king of the ring. That means we're gonna hear probably for the next. I was saying on Twitter, the next 4 months. He's your former constable, acting
Oh
GM,
no.
the man who retired Kurt Angle at WrestleMania, and your 2019. He's gonna drag it out. King of the Ring, and we're gonna hear that every week, maybe twice a week sometimes. just, just running through his damn accolades. Oh God, man. I don't know what'll be worse, man. Corbin or Rob? I really don't know. I
Yeah,
swear.
every time that I'm on a show with Rob, or I might just be sick that night.
Just Colin sick. Oh no, it was
Wow.
good. It was good. I can't hate on it. He's a heel. I'm supposed to boo him. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
good though. At least it wasn't something cheap like you had Bobby Lashley or someone else come in to help him get the victory. At least it was well
Yeah,
earned.
yeah. The
Yeah.
whole tournament was like that. There was no real kind of like smalls finishes. It was very very cut and dry. Apart from the one with Owens and was it Elias? In the fourth round. That was the only
Yeah.
kind of one that there was a bit of iffiness to. But
Yeah,
the rest of them were straight up fights, if you could say that, matches.
just
Um,
banger matches, man.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I think the King of the Ring reputation is after resurging now as well, and I reckon we're gonna see this now every year. I
I
can't
hope
see them.
so.
Yeah, I can't see them stopping this King of the Ring next year.
It was the tournament winner was a great reveal. You know what else was a good reveal? No one, no takers. Maria Canales' gender reveal party. Okay,
Oh.
come on, man. Oh my God, man. So it's a boy. It's a boy, man. But we couldn't leave it at it's a boy. We had to say it's a boy. And we had to find out Mike's not the dad. He is the dad. I don't know what's going on, man. If
Man,
y'all,
this segment was so crazy. I didn't.
Yeah.
What the hell was going
I
on here?
don't know.
Like, it's a boy, and Ricochet is the daddy.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
what
And
the hell?
if you're not on the YouTube show, there's a GIF right now of the reveal where the camera is panned to Mike and Maria, and she points and says Ricochet's baby, and then it just pans to a bewildered Ricochet. Oh God, it's so good. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, the jeez Louise, man. So we gonna I mean, how do you build on this? I honestly, like, I don't, I don't know. I don't even know, man, how to build on this. Oh, the segment. I love it though. I told you guys. If you
Man,
can,
it just gets so much better then as well
if you
because
can dance on absurd without becoming cringy, it's gold in my book. And I feel like these guys pushed as close to cringe as you could, without crossing over, which just, it made it so awesome. But yo,
yeah, Mike is pissed.
yeah, he's
And
pissed.
he plays very well and calls Ricochet to the ring. He wants to fight him right now in the ring. Get out there. And Ricochet is just bewildered. He doesn't know what to be doing.
How about
But this is where it gets better.
hold on,
And
hold
this
on. Before
sorry, go
before they
on.
get into the ring, I just have to throw this in here because this got an audible jaw drop from me. So yeah, Mike challenges Ricochet to a match because that's what you do when you find out some man sleeping with your wife. Is you say, "Meet me in the ring." Um, but it pans back to the Street Profits, and Dawkins goes, "Damn." For a minute there, I thought she was gonna say I was the baby's daddy, and
Yeah, he did. I forgot about that. Holy
and his
shit.
partner's like, "Hey man, and you're kidding, right? Because we're still on live TV, live." And Dawkins plays it off so well, and they said, "What happens from here? What happens from here? Like a Maria on a pole match?" And they said, "Maria on a pole. That's how we got into this position." Dude, whoever was writing those jokes, give him a raise.
PG rating out the window.
Oh my god, I may not like short jokes, but I do like some juvenile humor. Not gonna lie. Oh
Yep.
man. So Kevin, talk us through this match, man.
I mean, Ricochet comes out and basically makes Mike Kanellis look silly for a few minutes. Doing Ricochet things. He doesn't want to fight him at first.
Yeah.
Mike Kanellis punches him in the face a couple times. Like the first time, he slaps him once, and Ricochet's like, "Okay, knock it off," And then and then he punches him, and then Ricochet just lets loose, and Ricochet beats him up for a couple minutes, pins him, and then
It just squashed him, right?
yeah, it wasn't even really much of a match.
Oh
Like
my God.
I legitimately felt bad for Mike Kanellis. I was like,
Yeah.
Jesus, what a horrible fucking night he's having.
Dude, and after he got beat,
Yeah, it just keeps getting worse.
after he got beat, Renee Young. Oh my god, dude!
Oh
She
my
drops the
God.
bomb. Mike Kanellis just got beat by his own baby daddy, and there was this drawn out silence. Like what? It was just like
That
Renee.
was savage.
Renee, you're supposed to be face right now. Like what the fuck, man? Like that
I
was
know.
that was brutal. And then Corey Graves actually dropped the line, called him a cuck. Like they are like a beta cuck. I was like, oh my god, man, this. You gotta feel for the man. You gotta feel for the man, dude. And you know what? You know what made it worse was you think it's over, right? Because the match ends. We cut to a super fast Firefly Funhouse with Bray standing in front of pictures of his victims with their faces crossed off. He calls it the Wall of Friendship. You have Jerry the King Lawler, Kurt Angle, Mick Foley, and Finn Balor. And Bray announces that he thinks it's time to go make more friends. So you feel like, okay, we can move on. But no, we come back, and Maria Kanellis is standing at the top of the ramp.
Man,
And
Mike Kanellis looks so dejected sitting on
Dude,
that
Yeah,
ring apron,
dude.
though. That's where I felt sorry for him. It was that image of him sitting on the side of the
yeah.
ring. He was a lost soul. He
That's your
didn't know
wife,
what
bro.
to
That
do.
is your wife.
Yeah, he was a broken man at that
Oh.
point. Like 100%.
Maria.
Well, he was gonna get even more broken next, wasn't he?
Apparently,
I know, right?
apparently, man. Just when you think things cannot get any worse, they can. Maria comes out. This is actually low key pretty funny, because the production messed up here. Maria comes out. She's like, "Of course, Ricochet's not the dad. I'm just trying to motivate you." And then she goes, "But the real dad is," and she just waits. She's like, "The real dad is," and then she does it like 2 or 3 more times. She has to say it, and then finally, oh my god, man, Rusev's music hits, bro. Oh, Rusev Machka, he comes out. Rusev looking
New Rusev.
new
Looking
Yeah.
Rusev, man.
jacked AF.
No
Yes.
shit.
Oh my god, he got a
Yeah.
killer mustache. Apparently that's
Apart
why
from the
Robert
mustache.
Roode had to shave his mustache. It's because Rusev's like, no, I'm going to have a mustache.
I was saying, apart from the mustache, have you guys ever seen Eurotrip?
I
If you
maybe
if
way
you
back
haven't
in
seen,
the because that's back in like
if
the
you haven't
American
seen
Pie
Euro
days.
yeah, if you haven't seen Eurotrip, and even any listeners out there, You have to check this out. His name is Fred Armisen from Eurotrip, and he's Rusev. Like
He
he
just
just
looks
he
like
has this
Rusev.
one part in the film where they go through tunnels and he just starts touching people up in the dark. And when
Oh,
the lights
gee.
come back on, he just says "Mi scusi, mi scusi." So that's all I could think of when I was looking at Rusev. I was sitting there giggling to myself, going "Mi scusi."
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Yeah, Rusev comes out, beats the piss out of Mike Kanellis. You think it's just gonna be a beatdown, but no, they even insult him and make it into a match after Rusev kills him. Before even the match begins, Mike just gives up. He gave up. He was done. He's like, I can't take it no more. He's like, Rusev, if you're really banging my wife and you're the dad of my wife's child, I'm happy for you guys. I'm done. Like I'm happy. I can't take
Yeah,
this no
that's
more.
it.
Which you're right.
Mike is broken.
Mike,
He's
he's
broken.
he's probably about to
Yeah.
run back to a shotgun. Okay, is what he's gonna do.
No shit.
Hmm.
Jesus, man. Like, I mean, come on now. Like for real. Uh, but yeah, no. So he beats the piss out of Mike, and then they ring the bell, and then he taps him out to the accolade. And I don't
It was a
know.
bit of it was a bit of a strange match. I didn't know whether there was a match or not
Yeah.
until obviously they get into the ring and the bell just rings. I'm like, oh, okay, we're having a match.
Yeah, it
Dude.
was really, really odd.
The
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange one, but yeah, he beat the shit out of him.
Now I don't know. I don't know if this will resonate with you, Colin, over in Ireland. But there's only one person that can fix all of this, and his name is Mari Povich. Okay, Mari Povich.
I know who
Jesus.
Mari is.
He,
There's a guy over here called Jeremy Coyle. It's along the same line.
yeah, Mari Povich needs to come out on next week's Raw or maybe this week's 205 Live, and he needs to settle this stuff. Okay, like we need to settle it in a heartbeat, man.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man,
Do any of these guys, the likes of Maury or Ricky Lake or any of them, I don't know if Ricky's even still around.
I don't think so.
Are any of those guys on Fox by any chance?
I don't recall. I actually don't pay attention to it. I don't.
I'm just wondering, could we see a segment with one of the Fox people
Oh,
when they kind of go
jeez.
down that
Oh,
route?
I don't know, man.
It'd be proper hokey, but like I'm all for it. It's entertaining. It's funny. I
Yeah.
love it, especially after this segment. This is like I'm
right.
seeing people on Twitter saying, "Oh, this is BS," and like, "What is this crap?" And it's fun. Like, what do you want? 3 hours of just like straight wrestling in the ring with no kind of funny comedic anything to break up the show? No, I love this stuff. Give me more of this.
Yeah, and speaking of Twitter,
Yeah.
we got Casey Catanzaro. She tweeted out after this at Maria Kanellis, make up lies about my man again, and I'll have to pay you a visit at WWE Raw with a kissy face emoji, um, which I thought she was retired. To be fair with you,
Yeah, very interesting take from Casey. Yeah, we all thought that she was retired, but maybe she's not.
I
Maybe we
don't know.
didn't get that full confirmation, and maybe Casey's gonna show up in the draft. Would be my guess. I'd hope. I love Casey. I really do. I love Casey Catanzaro. I think I can't get enough of her. She was amazing in that Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
She's been great on NXT, and if she is finished, it's a shame for me because I think she could be a wonderful talent, and if she truly is injured and she had to finish,
yeah.
that's very disappointing. But I'm hoping it's not the case. I'm hoping she can come back.
She could be a winner, man. She absolutely could be a winner. But speaking of who could be a winner, let's talk about who is a winner. And that is who I predicted last week, Mr. Glenn Jacobs from Mayor of Knoxville County. That's right. Kane pinned R-Truth at the what? At the what do you say it was? What was the arena's
It was
name?
at, it was
The
at the
Volunteer?
Tennessee something
Yeah,
college
the it
football.
was the Volunteers football field. It was in
Yeah,
the football stadium there.
because Truth says he's like, what is that? Is that a bunch of mall Santas just clanging bells, like asking for money? Oh man, yeah, man. I was kidding when I tweeted you guys this last week. I had no clue they were heading to Tennessee. I just got inspiration when I saw like a country cop, like roll him up. I was like, you know what? Kane's kind of country nowadays, and that's all I thought. That's all I thought,
Jesus.
man. When I tweeted you guys, and little did I know like not even a week later, they were in Tennessee, man. I was, oh, buddy. I feel like Nostradamus with this crap, man. Um, I'm tickled, man. I'm tickled by
I'm just
Kane.
gonna say you still only got 4 out of 11 on the predictions there.
I know, right? That doesn't even include all the off bets I make, like throughout the shows that I lose on too.
Well, how good was Truth on this segment? The Truth is the man, the cop. When he introduced the cop, and he's like, "Are you a real cop? Are you RoboCop?" Like, what does he even be talking about? Truth is amazing here.
Who would have thought, like
Yeah.
20 years into Truth's career, man, and he would just be so consistently on fire? Because we've seen glimpses of it here and there throughout the years. His tag team with Goldust, or infamously him coming out for that Money in the Bank ladder match. Not during the match, but during like the hype promo, and he's talking about how he's going to
Yeah.
conquer his fears of height. And then you have actually Kane, corporate Kane at the time, like, Truth, what the hell are you talking about? And he's like, you're not even in the match. And Truth's like, I'm not. And he's like, no. He's like, well, that's on me, folks. That's on me. I'm sorry. Y'all enjoy your night, man.
And who else is in the ring when it's like Seth Rollins?
Dude,
I
the
think.
whole everybody, like everybody that
Oh,
was
they,
in the
like
match.
they break character. Like some of them are totally breaking character, like losing their minds laughing.
Because he's
It's
so
good,
genuinely
too.
funny. Like, Truth is
Yeah.
just a trip, man. Kevin, you weren't part of the show when we did it, but we actually our first like throwback pay per view we did was Armageddon 2000, and I'll be damned if
Oh,
our
okay.
Truth wasn't in it. As part of the Rowdy Boys, it was K Quick teaming with Road Dogg. Looks the exact
Okay.
same. Looks the exact same as he does now, man. Oh my god, dude. Truth does not
Wouldn't
age.
surprise me.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. He does not age.
No,
Yeah.
he's in excellent shape.
Hell yeah, man. Oh yeah, he is. Someone else who's in excellent shape still after all these years, Rey Mysterio. Good segue, Kev.
I got you, man.
Yes. Oh man. All right, so this is where I'm gonna break from recapping the matches with you guys, and just so I threw this out to y'all in the group chat earlier today. Like, are we watching Rey Mysterio's farewell tour?
I think so for sure. I mean,
Yeah, it really looks like this is Ray's kind of farewell tour, as you said earlier on.
They're just giving him showcase matches. Like, they're giving him
yeah.
great matches. They're giving him wins, but nothing has story to it. They're just throwing him in the ring with people they know he's going to have chemistry with and put on great matches and just leave it at that.
Yep.
Which, I mean, that's an awesome way to go out. If that's what's going on here. Of course, what was it?
I think we still have one big story with Ray though.
That's going to
The
be
whole
with his
thing
son.
with Dominic, yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
think I think
yeah.
it's a case of how do we get there. So I think it's at the moment he's just having these big showcase matches until we get to the point. And
It's
is it
probably
going to
going to
be
be
more? I'm
Andrade,
presuming it's going to
right?
be possibly. I'm presuming it's going to be Mania.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That they're going to lead
That
to.
would make a
So
lot of sense.
where do you start your build then? Around February, March. So between now and then, it looks like we're gonna get a load of showcase matches, and maybe start to see, sorry, what's his son's name?
Dominic.
Dominic.
Dominic. Sorry, well, I reckon we're gonna get to see Dominic a bit more in the run up to that then as well.
Well,
Um,
Dominic said that he can't retire until they have a tag match together. That was the line that
Yep.
that he gave him when he convinced him not to leave, is like, you can't retire until, because you tagged with your dad or your uncle, before he retired. I need to tag with my father before he retires. So if that's the
Yeah.
case, man, he might go out on a tag match with his son.
Yeah, I'm putting it out there. So I don't think he's gonna go out to that tag match. I reckon he's gonna go out to the the one that's been muted has been the career versus have they been saying career versus hair match?
With
With him
Andrade?
and with Andrade, yeah. But I'm just gonna throw it out there. I reckon they're gonna have a tag match before that. I think Dominic is going to have the tag match before that, with him maybe
Like
around
Royal Rumble. You
Rumble
do the tag
season.
match at Royal Rumble and
Yeah,
then
Yeah.
the retirement match at WrestleMania.
And
I
my
can see that.
prediction, 7 months out, is that Dominic is going to cost him his career. You heard it here first,
Wow.
folks.
His career goes down the
Seven,
toilet because
seven
of
months
his
out.
son. His son would
Yeah,
never be allowed to be face. He is a
Right?
heel for his entire career after that. You
yeah, and that
retired.
elevates him. Think about how much that elevates
It
him
ain't gonna
coming into
matter
the
if he can't
business as
go in the
well.
ring though. It ain't gonna matter. You can have
Oh,
one hell of a
absolutely, yeah,
story,
Yeah.
but you
absolutely.
can
And
go.
I'm presuming that that's where Dominic is now. I'm presuming Dominic is working his ass off in the PC. Um, I'm not sure. I haven't heard of him doing any indie shows or anything like that, but I'm presuming that he's in that PC every day, learning the trade and building himself up and getting his in-ring skills ready for when he needs to go. And I think he has a couple of months to go before he gets there where he needs to have a hound and ready to go. But I'm presuming that that's where he is now.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. But we get in this match we get some awesome spots. We get in the beginning of the match you got the 619 to Cesaro who was on the outside, so you got it to his spine, and then Ray dives through the ropes and lands into like a tornado DDT spot. It's crazy because like some people walk away from the sport when their skills are diminishing. Ray looks almost as fresh as he did over 20 years ago. There's just spots that he's not doing, not spots that arguably he can't do, which is just, it's crazy to me to think about just
But
how well he goes this late in his career.
Yeah.
yeah, he's reminding me a lot of Liger as well. I think they're on the same path at the moment. Liger's actually announced a farewell tour,
Yeah,
and
his a
and
year
he's kind of
ahead.
yeah, and he's doing the same thing. He's going out and he's having these great matches, and he's handpicking his opponents. He's touring all over the world. I think he's actually in the States at the moment. But yeah, Liger's going out and he's having these big showcase matches with people, and he can still go. And I think Liger's in his 50s.
Well,
Holy
Um,
shit.
Liger cannot go to the velocity that Ray can. Now Liger's older than Ray. He's well older because Liger was a pro in the 80s, and Ray came out in
mhm.
the early 90s. So Liger does have, I don't know how much more age on him, but I would presume Liger's almost, I would say anywhere from 8 to 10 years older than Ray, and I would be surprised to be proven wrong. Um,
Yeah, I think he's definitely about 10 years older than Ray.
yeah. Uh, But Ray can go better than a lot of young guys. I mean, that's very notable. I mean,
Oh
maybe not
yeah.
guys who are like, like he's not Omega or Okada that is like arguing for best wrestler on the planet, but damn if he ain't in like the top probably like 100 of best wrestlers still this late in his age. Like I don't know, given some more time I could probably narrow it down better. But Ray can go. Ray can go just as good as anybody else and just as good as a lot of the young guys. Um, and it's funny, he's going to have to walk away because he's just been doing it for so long. Not because he sucks in the ring or anything like that. It's just, you've been doing it forever. What else do you got to do? Like, what else is there
Yeah.
for Ray to do, man? He's won the Royal Rumble. He's had his WrestleMania moment. He's had huge stories. I mean, he fought for custody of his child in a ladder match, you know? Um, Ray has done everything, man. He's been tag team champ, world champ, cruiserweight champ. Dude has done everything.
Yeah, there's two things that he hasn't done. He hasn't fought with his son and put his son over.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I guess that's
Well,
it.
Hmm.
In my opinion, as great as the King of the Ring finals was, it pales in comparison to this match. Ray and Cesaro had insane chemistry. Um, this for me was match of the night. Not gonna lie. Um,
Yeah, I can see where you're going with that. For me,
yeah.
not as much. I did really enjoy the match. Uh, did I want to see Cesaro against Ray? Yes. Was it a good match? Yes, but there was no story. As
Colin,
as as as,
Colin,
as we already said, it
he
was
hit
it
him
was
with a
thrown.
619. He got caught in a flying hurricanrana and reversed it into a sunset flip bomb. Come on, Colin. Come on,
That was
man.
pretty bitching.
No,
But it
man.
was it was it was it was thrown together. There was no
This
build
this is
where
match
where
of the night. That's some. It's Is it story of the night? Is it story mover of the night? No, match of the night. Okay, match in a bubble. Colin is match
Yeah,
of the.
no, I had to me, I has to have that. I has to have that feel as well, and it didn't have the feel because it didn't have the story behind. Where
You,
the
my
King of the
friend, are
Ring did
dead
have the story
inside.
behind it.
You are dead inside. You don't feel nothing, man. You.
Wow.
I'm just playing with you, Colin.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
No, but it was a really awesome match, and yeah, as I said, the spots in this match were phenomenal. Especially the finish. The finish was tops.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it was such a hell of a segment. Uh, Following the match, Bray adds another picture to his wall. As if you're watching the YouTube, as you can see here, we got Seth Rollins added to his wall of friendship. Um, but that was really it. There was nothing to add. Like I said, Bray had already been on television. I think 3 points by 3 times by this point, so they left it alone. Then we instantly jumped into, um, dude, promo of the night. Um, you got AOP dressed like the
Oh,
mafia, man. What language are they speaking?
I tried to Google it, and I don't have a clue.
Let
I've no idea. I couldn't find it anywhere. I was
me
scouring Twitter as
see.
well to see if anyone knew, and I didn't
yeah, no
have a
idea.
clue.
AOP heritage. This would
One's
help if
from
I knew how to spell heritage. Okay, H A.
one's from Canada, and the other one is from Holland or the Netherlands.
Really?
So it's
Yeah,
probably Dutch.
but I don't know. I'm presuming it's coming from maybe a different parental heritage, maybe. Um, I don't know for whatever reason. When I did hear them, I think something struck with me that I heard that they were from Libyan descent, but don't quote me on that.
Huh.
Hmm.
Let me see. I'm on Wikipedia here. The the I mean, so they were speaking in a foreign language. This is for one how you do a foreign superstar. You put subtitles. If you're gonna give them promo segments, just subtitle it, man. Who cares? There's a couple people that just can't be bothered to read. I'm sorry, but dude, hey, they looked natural. They looked confident in how they were talking. They looked suave. They looked great. Nothing about them felt uncomfortable or forced. These guys looked great, and it's because you let them speak in their native language and you just let them relax back there. Um, but yeah, I mean, and the whole thing about their I like how it tied their MMA past with wrestling.
Yeah.
It says they can't wrestle. They haven't wrestled since WrestleMania. Why? Because no one will wrestle them. They can't do MMA anymore because no one would fight them. And it's believable. You look at these two guys and you wonder why they're not tag champs already, because they
Yep.
are, as I would say, as intimidating of a tag team force as Brothers of Destruction, Undertaker, and Kane. I can't think of another tag team that looked as terrifying like these guys, because both of them look built enough to be Universal Champion individually. Pairing them together, they should be unbeatable. To be honest, in my opinion. Um, yeah, I can't find out where what
Yeah,
language
these
they
these
speak.
guys are huge, and I think this is what they needed. They needed that repackaging. They tried to do it with Paul Ellering, which it worked in the NXT side. It just didn't translate over to the main roster. Presumably it's creative and booking decisions obviously went against them as well, which didn't help them in any way, shape, or form. But I think this is what they need. They need this kind of repackaging, and like they looked shit hot, sitting there with their suits, looking like
Yeah.
the Middle Eastern mafia. Like that, they looked this shit. And as I said, the promo it gave me chills
Yeah.
seeing these guys back, and I was just like, yes, this is exactly what we need right here. And we need these big tag teams coming back in, and as we said earlier on, to push that tag team division back up to where it was.
Hmm.
Along with the Viking Raiders, the OC, the Revival, the Usos, the New Day. Um, good times in the tag team division. Hopefully, if the booking decisions go the right way, this is
Yeah.
this is giving me good vibes here.
Yeah, why the hell would you
Absolutely.
not? Yeah, I mean, look at this promo. Why would they not be doing that now? Like at this point, they've got to be a problem. They have to be a
Oh my god.
problem. So it looks here that Razor is Albanian, so he shouts and yells in Albanian language with Kosovan dialect. Excuse me if I'm messing up that pronunciation, but it also looks like they're fluent in Dutch as well. So it could have been Albanian or Dutch that they were speaking. Uh,
Hmm.
just to add, a little bit of extra digging here. That's what we do on this show.
Layered.
Layers. Oh boy. Ah, I'm just sorry. I'm looking at this picture. These are some mean-looking boys. Goodness gracious, man.
Yeah.
They are some intimidating figures. I wonder if they're still going to come out in the flak jacket like Shield 2.0.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I think I actually said it to you guys during the show. I loved them, but I didn't like their look. And that I think you said it perfectly there, Kyle. Shield 2.0. They don't have their own look. They need to be separate. And every time I saw them, I was like, oh, here's the Shield again.
They strike me as they both could just pull off like the Umaga look, but they wouldn't need all the face paint or anything. Just let them go out in some plain like black like long trunks. They don't need any fancy getup because what's going to make them special is just their brutality. They don't need
Yep.
some over the top look to try and like distract you from it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Did they not used to wear was it these guys that they used to just wear like the black vests?
Yeah, they wore the black
Yeah.
vests.
No, but not the big heavy duty thick ones that the Shield would wear, but just like a normal black vest.
Well, it varied week
Um
in and week out, but it was always
yeah.
some military style vest that they
Mm.
were wearing. Because every now and then they'd also come out with like some special forces like masks on. They would be on leashes with Paul Ellering holding on to them. Like they always were extra intimidating with their look, just over the top. But I can't think of anyone else with the black vest.
Yeah, I think it was actually their NXT days that they used to just wear these just plain black vests. Um
Possibly.
what we'd call, I don't know, does it translate to you like a wife beater?
No,
Have you
that's
ever heard
that's
that?
a plain white tank top in
Yeah,
America.
so this is pretty much what they're wearing, but it's black. So
Eh,
yeah, a tank top. Sorry, tank
Okay.
tank
top for
top
lack of
is
a better. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So they're just wearing like black tank tops, and I think like they look badass. Like they just come out, wear them, and just like kick some heads in.
Can't believe y'all over in Ireland actually know the term wife beater. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I can believe that. Anyways, moving on to Sasha and Bailey. Uh, dude, concerto. We're gonna get a concerto spot because I'll be down for it, man.
Concerto spot. How about a sword fight with chairs? That was
Oh my
awesome.
god.
I was like,
That was so good.
Like a lightsaber battle with chairs, man.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. I was like, oh, medieval style chair fight going on here.
Yeah, I actually fucking cheered. I'm not even gonna lie. I was so into it.
All that was missing was some like somersaults and backflips. Like you just
Yeah.
throw in a couple gymnastics with it. The only thing that pissed me off was Charlotte didn't come out with the chair afterwards and start dueling on the outside.
Yeah, you know why she didn't come out with a chair? Because she was wearing high heels. Why is she wearing high heels running
She's
to the
that
ring? Like
good, man.
she looked like an idiot. Like she's like she's hobbling down to the ring, like trying to run down like a dare on ice skates. Like and it's like leave the heels in the back, Charlotte. Like get your street kicks on, and like you're going out to fight. You're not going out to a nightclub to like
Oh my
pull a few
gosh.
lads or something. Like.
Well, she just got done shooting a cricket commercial, is what it was. We've
Nice.
totally overshadowed that there was an actual match with
I was
the
just
women's
thinking
champions with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, but unfortunately, yeah, they were just playing second fiddle to further the feud between the four horsewomen. The match was nothing to write home about. Nikki Cross got a lot of offense in, but ultimately it was Sasha who got the win, I want to say.
Yeah, Sasha got the
Yeah,
win with the bank statement.
Yeah,
Made Nikki tap. Alexa just went missing for the second half of the match.
well,
But yeah,
she's
Nick. Sorry, going ahead there.
yeah, she got hurt. Like, I don't know if she really got hurt or not, but like, she like twisted her ankle or something, and she went back to the locker room. So it was like a 2-on-1 match, for like more than half of it, I think.
Yeah, and I think Nikki again, as well as last night, Nikki looked like $1 million here.
Yep.
Nikki was she ran that match.
they're
Um,
doing a lot for her.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely, and like I think it's warranted. I love Nikki Cross. She deserves every bit of it that she's getting. From one European to another, who I've seen fight many times live. It's great to see her on that platform, and I'm a huge Cross fan.
Sick,
Um,
man. Do you think that
but
Nikki Cross gets the spotlight in the tag team a lot to help protect Alexa Bliss because arguably she's injury prone? I've noticed that week in and week out, we really don't get much action from Bliss. She might be
Yeah,
ringside for Cross's matches, or in this case, in a tag match, Bliss had to get taken out early on. So do you think they're just taking it light on Bliss to try and reserve her for pay per views?
maybe.
yeah, well, I think I think that's the main reason why they put her into a tag team in the first place. She had those issues. I'm not sure if he's watched her 365, but it goes through all that kind of stuff. And I think, yeah, they are just trying to protect her. She had concussion issues. The less that she's actually active, the better for her. And yeah, it's only a good thing then for Nikki because she's getting the spotlight then as well. Bliss doesn't need it. Bliss is a star. Everyone knows that Bliss is a star, multiple time champion. She doesn't really need it. Nikki needs that spotlight, and yeah, if that's the way it's going for Nikki to get that spotlight, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Um, but yeah, in the end, we had an awesome sword fight between Lynch and
Hmm.
Sasha Banks with chairs. Oh, it was such an awesome choreography. I loved it. Bailey steps in like they're gonna gang up on Lynch. I really find it odd how they're towing the line that Bailey's not a heel because everything she
Yeah.
does is definitely heel. Charlotte comes out, beat down. I'm sitting here wondering like, what are they setting up, man? What are they setting up here? Because all four women are constantly revolving around each other now. Um, it did get
Well, you
announced.
know,
It did get announced. They set up the Sasha and Becky rematch for Hell in the Cell, though.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah, I don't. We got the announcement as well that I know that was later in the show, but it's in the cell as well.
Oh yeah, that
Um,
wouldn't. That
Yep.
doesn't surprise me.
yeah, so he said, I think Becky, um, saying she doesn't want to fight her, she wants to destroy her inside the
Yep.
cell. And yeah, I think it looks like they're kind of going towards I don't know, a tag team match or a big tag match.
I don't know, man. It has to be a
Yeah.
fatal four way. A tag team match wouldn't have nearly as much drama as
Oh no, the Fatal Four Way comes at WrestleMania. I
yeah.
I think yeah, they're definitely that's
You.
exactly where they're
This is how you
building
do it.
to long term.
The Hell in the Cell match, right? The tag match at Royal Rumble. There's some dissension in the tag team during that match, and then it just culminates as a fatal four way at WrestleMania. Um, I would like to see WrestleMania headlined twice by women. Like if you can keep this feud going, as much as I love Bray Wyatt and the Fiend, I don't want to be tired by the time the Fiend comes on. And WrestleMania is going to be at the shortest 5 hours long.
Yeah.
Um, because that was the problem with the Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda Rousey match. Was not that it wasn't a good match, and not that it wasn't historic, is people were exhausted by that point.
Yeah,
You've
they
been
were
watching,
burnt them. What were they, 7 hours in at that stage? Six and a
yeah.
half
Yeah. It
hours
was
in.
that show was way too
Yeah.
long.
So I say let the women do that again, because obviously the person that the people are going to be most fever pitched for, as long as they don't screw it up, would be the Fiend. So you put him in the mid part or the early one, But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed at all, man. To see the women fatal four way main event.
Where's Mania? Phoenix?
I think
Is it
it's
Phoenix?
in I
No,
think
it's Tampa.
it's in Tampa. Yeah, because they got the
Tampa,
pirate
yeah.
theme.
So they have. So it gets dark early there, doesn't it?
Yes, East Coast. It's gonna be dark
Dark
by.
early.
It's summer. It's gonna be dark by 9. Oh yeah, no, that's right. If it's
Yeah, so
outside, the
that's what.
fiend, you can't have the
So
fiend come out
that's
with
why
the
I'm
light.
thinking the Fiend has to come out in the
Yeah.
darkness. I think
Yeah,
they had a couple of issues with Taker before where they tried to push him further and further in the card.
yeah,
I think it was when it was on the West Coast, or it might have been when it was in Texas. But they had that issue with Taker where
Hmm.
he came out and it wasn't bright out, but it wasn't dark. It was kind of like dusk.
yeah.
And people were saying that it just didn't have the right feel to it because Taker needs to be coming out in that
Well,
darkness, and I
Mania
think
should
the
be
Fiend needs to be the same.
indoors, man. I'm tired of Mania being
Yeah.
outside. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yeah, as soon as
Yeah.
they built that 100,000 seater indoor stadium, I think that's when Vince will change. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, it's all about the ticket sales. It's all about
yeah,
getting those 80, 90, 100,000 fans at these shows to make it an absolute spectacle. So
yeah. I don't know,
I can't.
man. To me, that's just too large. I mean, yeah, it's great that you can do that. It's just like one of those things that like you're too busy arguing whether you can, if not like not that if you should. And
Yeah.
granted, you're gonna make a ton of money off your gate, having 100,000 people paying extra for WrestleMania, but I think it takes away from the product, man. Do a 50,000, a 60,000 seater indoors. It'd be just as cool, if not cooler, to be honest with you, on a production side of things.
Hmm. Absolutely.
For production value, yeah, because it's very hard to get that production in an outdoor
Outdoor arena.
stadium. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get exactly where you're coming from, but as far as I know, Vince made the thing a few years ago. It's all stadiums because I think didn't they used to go back to the Garden like every 5 years or
I think the
something like
last
that.
time they went to the Garden, now I easily could be wrong here, but I think it was WrestleMania, what, 20 when you had Lesnar and Goldberg face off the first time? Oh,
Yeah, that sounds about right. And I think people were talking about that, and they may have gone back for 30 because I think they did 10 there as well. They were saying that they were doing every 10 years in the Garden. But yeah, as far as I heard, Vince McMahon only wants stadiums for Mania.
well, yeah, because
Um,
you have to show everybody how big your dick is. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
you know? Yeah, I don't know.
If you have 100,000 fans that want to go to a show, why not sell 100,000 tickets? That's the
It's a
way that
lot of
I'd look at
money,
it.
man. It's a lot of money.
A hell of a lot.
Yeah. You know what's not drawing a lot of money? Lacey versus Dana Brooke. What the hell, man? Oh my god. This
Yeah,
man.
it
I
was it was basically just to further Lacey and Natalia's
when I,
story.
when I heard, I love Dana Brooke. I mean, this is the thing is, so I think everybody has that one person they're a fan of that is just like, why are you a fan of that person? And that's Dana Brooke for me. I love Dana, man. I love her to death. I love her personality. I love her cadence when she's on the mic. I love everything about this. And that's why it's so painful because I know anytime she's dragged out to the ring, it's like, man, you are just cannon fodder. Like it's
Yeah.
never about you, unfortunately. Poor woman. Because I think she's fine. I think the match here, I chuckled to myself because you have Lacey Evan and Dana Brooke both kind of have that stigma that they're not the best in the ring. So like, why the hell did you put them together?
Right.
I don't know. Got the gif here if
Like,
you're watching on YouTube, or if you're not, man. On YouTube, we got the gif of Lacey jumping over the ring ropes and hitting this like sliding drop kick to Dana's face. It is mean. It is so mean. Oh my god.
the
Yeah.
one and only thing that I took from this match was Dana got a kick up the hole off Lacey. I got tickled by that. Like she literally just like gave her a kick in the rear end.
Nice.
Which I was like, why is that necessary?
Yeah.
Um,
It was
yeah,
unnecessary, including using Natty's freaking sharpshooter to win while you're yelling down the camera. The What's the name of Kevin? What's the name of that main camera? I always forget. What's that main one everyone looks at?
The hard cam.
Hard cam.
I was gonna say I don't know, man.
Oh, there
So
you
thanks,
go.
Yeah,
Colin.
I think they just call it the hard
The hard
cam.
cam.
Mm.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. She yelling down the hard cam, yelling at Natty. I didn't even realize that was a story that was still going. To be fair, like I thought that junk was
Yeah,
done.
me neither. I thought that was over. Like, yeah, Lacey done Natalia very easily the last time. What's the point in this?
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
Yeah, they want to showcase the women. There's a lot of people giving out about the women not being on TV. I think that's where it's stemming from.
Yeah,
We have the four horsewomen, and they're like, oh yeah, well, there's other women in the room as well. So and there's a lot of people talking about it at
it's
the
the
moment.
four
So I think it's
horsewomen, and then it's Lacey. But Lacey's kind of like the Baron Corbin of the women's division, though. It's just like, why are you here? Like, there's other people that could easily take your spot that we would accept more. But
Yeah.
Lacey has the second best promo, in my opinion, in the WWE right now for the women's division.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, after Becky, I think Lacey.
like
I,
promo
I think I
ability, like ability on the mic, or like a specific
yeah,
promo that she cut.
no ability on the mic. I think a lot of people give her shit because she's not as good in the ring. But my take on it is she's good enough. She's good enough in the ring, and she is phenomenal on the microphone. Her character is
Her character
tops.
works good. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for me, that's more than half the battle. Especially in WWE, especially to be on TV, you have to have the character base down, and then the rest of it is going in the ring. Now she's working on that, and I think she's a superstar in the making. I really do. And Mr. Rob Rude or Funny can kind of back me up on that one. So.
Rob Funny, whatever he's calling himself nowadays, Mister Pokemon Rob Rude Funny, uh,
Pokemon. Nah, but
Charizard
man, I
collecting.
agree. Charles. Jeez.
We love you, Rob. We love you, Rob, on SmackDown podcast. Oh man, well, Kev, what were you about to say, Kev?
Oh, I was just saying, I agree with you, Colin. Like, she does kill it with the promo. Her character is really good. I'm really into that kind of stuff too, honestly. Like, and I think she's improving in the ring, honestly, over the last few months and weeks. So, I think she has a bright future, frankly.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, we'll just have it's just one of those things. You just gotta wait and see. Let her keep grinding. Hopefully, she has like something to break through. Like, because we all said the same thing about Corbin, and then the King of the Ring tournament happened, and that really turned a
Yep.
couple heads on Corbin. So we'll see. See if she gets that moment. Finally, the main event of the evening, we have Seth freaking Rollins taking on the glorious Rob Roode. Oh, I got a lovely picture here. Rob showing off his red belt to Seth with his red belt. The battle of the red belts. This match was okay. It was serviceable, but it ended prematurely, man. Seth was getting a pin on Robert Roode, and Dolph Ziggler broke it up. At this point, I was like, whoa, what's going on here? We still had 10 minutes to kill, right? So obviously the match was just, once again, cannon fodder. Then for no reason, Colin or Kevin, correct me if there was a specific reason, you have Ziggler and Rude beating down Rollins, and then OC come out to get in on the action to make it 5-on-1. I didn't even know the OC was feuding with Seth.
I think it just goes back to what was happening over the past couple of weeks with the contract signings. They have been kind of popping up during those contract
Oh,
segments. But apart from that, I don't think there is any kind of feud ongoing. But
yeah, I
yeah,
can't think of anything either.
Yeah, I think it was honestly just so Mayor of Knoxville County could get a cheap pop, come out as Kane, start doling out choke slams. I don't think he hit a tombstone, did he? He just got a couple choke slams in there, right?
Nah.
Right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then he was added to the
a, a,
growing
dub,
list
a double choke slam, by the way, on
on
Styles and
Oh yeah.
Anderson.
Styles and what
Carl
Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anderson. I guess if you're a wrestler and your name is Anderson, you're gonna be a maestro of spine busters. I just realized that. Um, but anyways, yeah, Fiend comes out. We should have seen this coming. I'm not gonna lie, I was caught off guard. I was like, oh, Mayor of Knoxville County is getting a cheap pop, giving him his moment. And then their mayor is brutally murdered by the Fiend in the middle of a ring. Just martial law breaks out, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Is that a federal offense?
Dude, that's gotta be right.
I
Oh man, that's domestic terrorism right there. Um,
absolutely.
the Fiend is a terrorist. You heard it here first.
Maybe, maybe Trump will build a wall around the thing.
Oh Jesus. Oh my God. Not even gonna try to joke about that. There's some things I'll joke about that are cringeworthy, but that's not one.
Oh man.
Yeah. After the Fiend takes out Kane, he then turns his sights to a prone Seth Rollins. Gets in his face. I don't know why, but I thought he was gonna eat him. Like I just
Yeah, it was
saw
just
Mortal
real.
Kombat like Melina in my head and just start eating his face. Like, it looked.
It was creepy, man.
That was
It was
good,
creepy.
man. You look at
I
the
loved it
picture.
though.
Like I said, if you're watching YouTube or if you're not, you look at the picture, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Bray looks like he's about to eat the dude. Um,
He stalks him. The way
Yeah.
that he
Seth
kind
looks
of approaches him. He's
Seth
kind
looks
of
fucking scared too.
dude, I would
When
be.
he-
Dude, Fiend is something of nightmares, bro. I'm not even
I
joking.
know.
God knows.
what did Fiend shout at Seth just before they went off? Did he shout run?
This is
He did
probably.
do something.
There
Yeah.
was something
He
audible coming from him.
yeah.
I didn't pick up on
Yeah.
it.
I think he just said one word, and I'm presuming that he said run because
Yeah.
that's his thing. But I'm not 100% on that. But he definitely said something to him.
Yep.
He was just yelling like, "I have the whole world in my hands." Just no, no. Um, let me see here. I'm on Twitter. I'm gonna hop on WWE's page real quick, see if they said anything. Uh,
Then we had that weird outro. Then
Oh yeah.
what did you guys think about that? That weird kind of Firefly
oh,
Funhouse music that kept
Yeah.
slowing down.
how they
All
remixed it.
distorted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool, but I don't know. Did you guys watch it until that went off?
Yeah, I did, and it just
It went for like 2 minutes.
It was a
yeah,
while.
went a
It was
long
a
Was
while.
time.
yeah. I was like, what is going on here? And I was actually expecting them to go back to something or to show
Yeah.
something else on it, which is why I kept watching. But
Oh,
obviously they didn't, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is just getting a bit weird now.
Well, that's what I thought too, because I kept looking at the time, and I was like, well, this has got to stop soon. Like, yeah, it was crazy though.
I just watched the clip on WWE's page, but they cut it just as Bray crawls up to Seth and he's like panting. I didn't realize it, but yeah, you can hear Seth like that actually adds to the moment because Seth like as Bray was like crawling up to him, he's like just like freaking hyperventilating as like Fiend went up, dude. That's like cringy, man. I'm not cringy, but that's terrifying. But
Yeah,
Scary, yeah.
yeah, they
It's
cut
real
it
I
though.
scary.
love it.
Yeah, they cut it before he started shouting at him, unfortunately. So it doesn't look like I'm gonna be
Mm.
able
Oh,
to
that
see that.
sucks.
Yeah. We also another side note. I guess I don't know if we blame the Fiend, but WWE's production was flipped upside down for a minute there. They were running through some match cards, and all the match cards were coming upside down. And and Renee called him on it. Was like, were these upside down the whole time as they ran through all the night's announced matches? Um, but overall, you guys, man, what a well-paced Raw.
And
Yeah.
about those upside down pictures, when I saw them, all I could think of was Rob. And I was like, Rob is definitely just sitting there watching that now in hysterics because they're after doing something wrong. Like, he told me this story where before about an old pay-per-view when he was a kid and he heard someone say shit on the camera, one of the wrestlers, and he said that he was just that tickled him so much. So when this came up, I was like, Rob is definitely, and I tweeted him straight away. I was like, Rob, you're definitely sitting there in hysterics laughing at this. He was like, yeah, he had to explain to his wife why he was laughing so much.
Yeah, he loves
That's
the little
funny.
things, man. He really does. I love Rob. We need more. You need a lot of people with qualities like Rob, man. You really do. Rob, he doesn't take nothing seriously. At least he tries not to. I'll give him that. And he always likes to try to, like, he always says it too. He tries to watch it from the eyes of a child, which that's got to be tough to do as a grown man on Twitter. Just try to look at anything and try to be enjoyed, and try and let yourself enjoy the product when you have everybody just trashing everything around you at all times, telling you everything
Yep.
sucks.
In the best sense of the word, no derogatory sense here. Rob is the ultimate mark. He really is, and
With
I say that
utmost.
I say the utmost respect and love for the man. He is the
That's
ultimate
hilarious.
mark. He is ultimate kayfabe, and that's what I love about him. He's like a child watching, as I said, Kyle, he's like a child when he's watching the product, and it's great to have that take on it because, let's face it, we're all just a bunch of stupid smarks,
We're
and it's great
judging
to have that.
everything.
Exactly, and it's great to have that different character as part of the group who just sees everything from a completely different perspective, doesn't look at the outside, just looks at what's going on the TV. Yeah, that's what I love about him.
And with
He's
that being said, if you guys could hop on Twitter at Rob, add him at two words can't see me, and that's C, the letter C, and just tell him how much Baron Corbin sucks. Okay, is because we can't just compliment him. Can we just go troll Rob for a minute over Baron Corbin? Okay, because this man is gonna be so high on a pedestal tomorrow. I personally am not ready for it. I don't even think the show is ready for it. Probably gonna have to edit it down. Um,
I don't think anybody's ready
oh my
for it.
god, no. Oh man, I'm telling you. But thank you guys for watching. That's our show. Make sure to tune in tomorrow when we recap SmackDown, and then of course the following day when we recap 205 Live and the new 2-hour edition of NXT. And then I believe Sunday you guys can tune in where we will be doing our first top 10 Hell in the Cell matches, gearing us ready for the upcoming pay-per-view. We're going to go ahead, count them down, debate them. The top 10 Hell in the Cell matches in WWE history. So thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I'm Kyle. We got Kevin and I don't know, Colin. Colin, yeah, that's right. Colin's on here.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
You guys have a good one.
Good night, guys.
Peace out.